Capcom presents literally Marvel Comics. Hello, I am the guy. Madman Muscles. Hey, just don't interrupt me with the arcade classics there. I don't know what else there is to say. But thank you so much to Capcom for sending me early code for this. Very, very excited to get my hands on it. It's been chosen the Atom. This might have continued if the Punisher was at least not moderately successful. New York, jungle of steel and concrete, where predators of all kinds mercilessly prey on all, anytime, anywhere. These are their stories. Dun dun. Central Park, an oasis of green, offering respite from the gray. Here, U.S. Marine Frank, don't Frank! Just go to the arcade. No, it's gonna happen. We can't stop it. We can only watch it. On that day, Frank Castle's family died. He also died, but not really. On that day, I was born to avenge them all and others like them. I am Pun Kill-chan. Because I'm sure a lot of you want to see the fighting games, I don't think we'll do a full playthrough of this. Hide your pyre! If you do want to see a full thing of this, you can go over to Max's channel where I forced him to stream this with me. He was very nice, helping me with my early attempts at streaming, and that certainly helped out. And I play this game pretty regularly because the arcade 1-up is absolutely behind me. So I even had my niece and nephew play this for a bit, and they're like, "What's happening?" I was like, "He's defeating all these enemies." So the gun mechanic here where it just pops up occasionally, it's just so strange. I'm glad that they put it in there just because it's more Punisher. There we go. Oh, that guy didn't want none. That's fine. There's Doggy, one of the goodest boys in Capcom games. This is probably for me number 2 beat 'em up in Capcom's catalog, right behind AVP. Then after that, I don't know. It's a toss up. You're finished now, Bruno. Scully, get him. I know what you're thinking. Why not Final Fight? Well, no, this is mechanically better. This and AVP are mechanically way better than Final Fight. And you kind of want that if you're going to be slogging it through a bunch of levels. Although the bus driver really doesn't want any of this. This is a rough day for him, considering he's driving the fucking smiley face seat bus. New Yorkers, let me know if there's a bus route that has smiley faces on the seats. Tell me where your boss is. Please don't kill me. He's at Castle Penetraberde, Florida. Is that a real place? I don't think it is. Florida? Who's ever heard of that? Thanks and goodbye. What? Nani? The only way to get into that castle would be via the drain pipe of the swimming pool. Thankfully, I am Punisher with swimming action with my dumb flipper boots. Bruno won't escape me this time. Someone has to let me know if those flipper boots ever appeared in Punisher comics in the early 90s or late 80s. I mean, I get it. It's incomprehensible. Any of the old Capcom heads that worked on this game, they could explain to me what he's trying to say. And I'll be like, I don't believe you. And these ninja girls, oddly, also had censored costumes in the Genesis port, which is very un-Genesis of you. Genesis. I thought you weren't all about that. No, I guess you were. I wish Punisher did put a spin on that Izuna fall. It's not quite a drop. Need the spin. Love the comic book sound effects, the kablams, the blam blams, all that stuff. I played the Genesis version maybe twice. Once a friend rented it. I was like, this seems fine. I hadn't played the arcade version at the time. Help me, 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
Punisher would be like, get away!
Thank you.
You're distracting me from the mission. You're distracting me from the war. Why you So the way the special moves work in this is actually pretty unique in beat 'em ups, where you'll do your Mega Crush, right? Attack plus jump, but you can do it in multiple situations, which doesn't happen in a lot of beat 'em ups, especially Capcom ones. You do it neutrally, you do it while in a grab, and you can do it in the air, and all results in different stuff. I don't die so easily. Time for justice. I forgot who was talking there. Oh no. The precious Bruno. Gah, gah, gah. I've been programmed by the Kingpin to terminate you. You are so lame, Guard Droid. I think someone mentioned a Guardroid appeared somewhere in a Punisher comic. And again, this is one of those situations where I don't believe you. I just can't take this robot seriously. And like, we could have just gotten like a big dude or whatever. Or like those giant sunfish in the background. Maybe they could have broken through and Punisher would have to punch them. I don't know, he's punched weirder things. He's punched a polar bear, for Christ's sakes. But yeah, not too annoying to fight. Kingpin, I knew he was behind all this. You did? So why don't you just shoot him in the face when you knew that? There's a major drug deal going down at the harbor tonight. Man, this level's insane. This one coming up. And like we get to see Frank's epic fucking cake. He's got the whole goddamn bakery there. Look at that. Why? I mean, I love it, but like, wow, Capcom made a decision there. I don't understand why this old like 1930s, 1940s Packard is here. And there was a skeleton man driving it. That's odd. Now, of course, Scully is here being kind of reused as a boss. It's also strange to me that machine gun, that Uzi I was just using, it's not part of the main gun mechanic. It fires differently, like much differently than the handgun thing. And of course, these Dick Tracy gangsters, I like to call them, just because they're just so multicolored. Yeah, you just hit him with the left, hit him with the right. Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary over here. Another weird skeleton warrior just doing what he loves, sitting in a parked car. Ow, ow. I got this M16. See, again, it wasn't very stiffly. Gotta be loose with that, Frank. A little loose. I mean, guns will appear in, like, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and certainly in AVP. Just 93 to 94, Capcom are on fire. 3 of their best beat-em-ups, this, AVP, and Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, in very short amount of time. Oh god, these guys. Again, I don't know what the Kingpin is with these silver mane looking motherfuckers. Alright, he's just gonna do his thing. Yeah. He's gotta do a spinning sweep. That's how he do. Never seen the Punisher do a spinning sweep ever. That's like me watching, like, I don't know, a season of Cobra Kai and just going, I can do this. I'll just do this dumbass spinning sweep, and then, like, I'll fall flat on my ass and probably not get up for a while. Remember in, like, the Punisher, like, Armory comics or some backup story where he just goes through his, all the weapon shit that he knows, all the creepy gun facts that he knows, and he talks about, like, doing martial arts stuff and practicing. And he's got, like, the karate gi on and everything, and he's practicing in his basement. And I was just like, oh god, sometimes you're just such a nerd. Like, I guess he's somewhat famous, but can't you just go to an actual, like, martial arts club, learn some stuff? You know, like, beat the crap out of some 10-year-olds in a training exercise? Like, he just, like, clotheslines this 10-year-old, and he's like, you're not ready for war. Die in your own blood, baby! Bonebreaker is ready! This guy from the Reavers, the Marauders, I don't know. This is, again, weird villain to have in a Punisher game. Big ups to people like Generation West and probably a few others that said, yep, this guy technically appeared in a Punisher comic around this time frame. It's weird, but he did appear. I think it makes total sense, obviously, for Capcom to want to consider releasing this, because it's not been released on the Genesis since the Genesis version in like 95. I think that actually came out. And as a bonus, you know, at least it's Marvel. At least it's an arcade game. I've seen some people saying, well, why didn't they put the other Capcom Marvel games, like War of the Gems and Mune Apocalypse on there? Because they're not arcade games. That's the reasoning. And I think it's because there's some weird stuff with Nintendo versions. Like, since they were just Super Nintendo exclusives, I think there's some weirdness with those rights issues. Like, Nintendo needs to know about it. Let's try to do good here. I'm going to beat Nick Fury's score of 0.0. I even love the care they took to make, like, muzzle flashes appear on Frank's shapely body. Those barrels were punished. Got a huge poppy field and a mobile factory, all in one underground cave in Arizona. I don't know how he got here. Let's throw a little wrench into the Kingpin's plans. So this is one of the more longer involved levels. So I think we'll finish up with this one But also because of that, I would hope it would encourage y'all to give this one a go if you've never played it before. I had like 1 or 2 people say to me recently, I think it might have been Rocky or somebody else that said like, I didn't even know there was a Punisher arcade game. And I was like, that doesn't surprise me, actually. Because I saw this maybe once in an arcade, maybe. I don't even remember if I played it or not. I might have. And you can play this online. I think you can even spectate on this. You can watch other people play it online. Obviously, the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting games are the... Ooh, I forgot you can pick up bodies. Well, I didn't forget. I just didn't temporarily know. Yeah, so like the fact that this is the bonus game, because remember on the Marvel, not the Marvel, sorry, the Capcom fighting game collection, the first one, Puzzle Fighter is just thrown in there as the bonus. You know, it's not fighting game, but hey, it's there. What type of machine is this? It's a weird train, but it's got these tracks. I had no idea. Just a poppy collecting machine that's on a train with tons of weird antennas that just explode. What the hell? The enemies are destroying shit too now? Are you working with me or against me here? This is kind of strange. Alright, I think we're heading down to the boss now. No, well, a mini boss, I guess. Nice 2 flying kicks, idiot. It totally super missed me. Yeah, show Cody a thing or two with all these knife skills. Like, you can slash at them, you can throw them from the air. Like, there's plenty of options here, especially the rolling. The rolling is super good. Welcome, Punisher, all aboard the Death Express. It's the whacker of bushes. I don't know why this lance is so prevalent in this level. We're going to use it to fucking spear the shit out of Bushwhacker here. I don't even know who else they're supposed to put in here. Aside from Jigsaw being in this game, but not being a boss. It's still so bizarre to me. That's like if you're playing a Spider-Man beat 'em up and the Green Goblin appears in level 3 midway through and you just punch him like 4 times and then that's it. That's the Green Goblin. Save me, Micro! Come on! Yeah. One of the best countdown screens in a Capcom game. What can we have? Oh, let's just have Microchip just pumping up and down on Frank's titties until he wakes up. Alright, let's see if we can finish him off in Big Dick style. Come on. Alright, I think about that does it for Pun Pun Kill Chen by Capcom. Highly suggest y'all play this if you're deciding to pick this collection up. And you can take the war to the Kingpin yourself. First fighting game, X-Men Children of the Atom, have many memories, several different memories of this one. The thing that really blew me away from this game, aside from how it looked, was because of the fact they got a bunch of the voice actors from the cartoon. Take Wolvie here, shouldn't be a surprise. The first time I saw this game running was in a movie theater. Not in the town I grew up in, but the town over. They're the only ones with a movie theater. And they had this playing. I saw it for the first time, and I couldn't believe my eyes. There you go. And I was looking at it, and I didn't even know who made it at first, because it looked so wildly different compared to, like, other fighting games. Like, because this was Capcom's first or second, it might have been the first, now that I think about it, that used CPS2 arcade board. Then I think like Darkstalkers was maybe a month before, a month after. This might have been the second one. It might have been Darkstalkers. Editor, please put that on screen whether I was wrong or right. So that made quite a first impression on me. Whenever I got comic books, or that's the best you can do, well, you are the best at what you can do, right? But it's crazy that I was able to beat Storm. Well, Genosha, nothing bad can happen there. Let's go. Whenever I would see this in ads in the back of comics, usually advertising this Saturn version. And the Saturn version was a big deal because I would see like GameFan and EGM just saying, oh my God, the Saturn version is so much better because they're able to get a bunch of different animation frames in there that the PlayStation version was missing. Ooh, thank you. Of course, this game is the genesis of Sentinel. and everything Sentinel represents. Really sad he didn't make it into Infinite, but I can say that about pretty much every character that was associated with the X-Men. It's like, really, even Sentinel? It's like, he's not a mutant? But I guess they're like, well, let's get Ultron in there instead. Huh? That's probably what they're thinking. Next time, I won't even have to unsheath my claws. You probably will with a Sentinel. Bobby's just fun in this. Bobby's just having a great time. This stage is insane. And one of the screenshots that I would see often in that Saturnet is Bobby throwing up that giant ice ball there. That just because it looks very visually impressive. That and Jugs' sprite. Raj! And now we're off on a fun sea adventure. Like, there's gonna be people on jet skis here. Shit. Yeah. And dolphins. Like, this stage is way more fun in terms of its subject matter than all the other stage shit combined. So all I really have is Joe Claw and Tornado Claw, if you're wondering, because like I do not have most of my tech from the later games, obviously. Thanks, bub. I need the workout. Look at Bobby's face! So here's Psylocke. Here's why this is important, other than the fact that Psylocke is like the fucking GOAT, is that Psylocke and the stage and Wolverine were the only things I had access to play this game back in the day in my own free time. Because this game came out in like Windows 95 or some shit. And there was a demo you were able to download back then, and it just had Wolverine, Psylocke in this stage. So I played, this is almost burned into my subconscious here. This stage, not this music, I'm not sure if I had a Sound Blaster 16 at that point. Trying to remember if I did. And this game played okay. I think it was a little bit slower, but a lot better compared to the earlier fighting games I would try to play on my PC. Street Fighter 2 for IBM especially. And I don't know how great this port was. I'd love to, after this, I'm going to look up to see if there's a review of X-Men COTA on Windows 95. You gotta fight harder than that, rookie. She's not a rookie, dude. Come on. Yeah! We are going to beat his ass. We're gonna pound it raw. So yeah, when Wolverine turns around there, the fact that they decided we're just gonna have it right up there, his little blue shorts. I mean, it's a choice. I'm glad Capcom did it because it made for great content, like, 30 years later. Danger Room itself is such a visual marvel. Marvel. And how they figured this out. Like, we have to have a stage that's constantly changing, but in 2D with sprites and background layers. That's kind of it. It's still very impressive. I don't know what, like, being the underwater here, it's just a nice change of setting. Charles is there just beep booping a ton of buttons. He doesn't know what he's doing back there. So while everyone, rightly so, is like, yeah, Wolverine Sabretooth, that's the, oh shit, that's the arch rivals. I think really underrated. Like, I think almost Dark Horse better rivalry is like Wolverine and Omega Red. I just think that they look so good against each other, the color schemes clashing. Omega Red having not a healing factor, but a death factor? You say no to that. When I heard that as a kid, I was like, death factor? Yo! Let me know if Omega Red has appeared in any cool comic book story arcs or anything. If there's anything I should check out, because I'd love to see if they've done anything cool with them since. Got two double Ds over here. We got Jugs. All right. God, this sprite. Ugh. Oh, he's a sub-boss for a reason. I don't think I'd ever really usually get up to Jugs. Anytime I've, tried to play this game in some form or fashion. I remember trying the PlayStation version because I was thinking of doing about a video where it's like bad ports of fighting games. Like, just specifically, like, even before I started doing the worst fighting game, I was saying something like that. Who knows? Maybe I might do it in the future. And, of course, I'd like to do, like, a version of that with ports that could somewhat do the game justice. Like, the Super Nintendo, yes. Oh, my God. The Super Nintendo did have Street Fighter Alpha 2. It's not great, but it's still super impressive. They're able to do that. That's what I mean. Like, at least hardware. I love that picture of Juggernaut.
You can't rise against me. The human era is over.
I don't like his voice because it's not the cartoon voice. It really doesn't sound like it. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I might be. Oh my god. I don't think I can do much here. Just gotta wait it out. No. Alright, just come on. Alright. Fuck. Ah! My leg run by timeout if I'm not able to get at least one good tornado claw on him. Yeah. Zero. Oh! Imagine beating Magneto by time over. Oh wait, that was only the first round. You can beat Magneto 2 ways. Time over or a wooden gun. You choose which one. Oh. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can see the AI at work here. Oh, fuck you. Come on. I'm waiting on you. I can wait all day. Yeah. I don't know how I beat him. I don't even know what hit him. Remember, endings of this game are kind of elaborate. Oh my god! It's over, bub. You can either come with me, it's your choice. You can still join me, Wolverine. Help me protect mutant kind. No way! Save the speeches, Maggie. Then leave now. Avalon will not last much longer. Exodus. Oh shit! We're just waiting here doing nothing. What has happened? It's over. Let's get out of here. There's a lot of explosions. We should probably... Yeah, no, good. Yeah, I think everyone has like a generic ending where it's just like this. It's just you swap in whatever playable character, like in Wolverine's. What was that? Poppy, nothing. What the? Welcome back, Jean. No! I'm glad you're safe. Take care of her, Summers. They're doing the meme almost. I need a vacation. I'll just drive away in the danger room. Oh my god, it never fails. I can't spend 3 minutes in this country on any new jokers. You've interfered with me too often, Wolverine. I will no longer tolerate it. Yo, going back to like Japan storylines for Logan is sick. Thanks for the exercise for my huge, massive glutes. Where to next? Here, Madripoor is nice. Nice. Look at Scott's run. What a dork. You can't tell me that's not dorky as shit. Whew, that was a very fun ending sequence. I don't even remember the endings of this game at all, so that was really nice to see. Why did they have a picture of Jean and Scott next to them as they were hugging in the danger room? Mysterious. Capcom very mysterious there. Holy shit, this sprite. I've very rarely seen this. Yeah, that is X-Men Children of the Atom. Still super impressive and fun to play, but it's a broken game at its core. There's like a lot of weird stuff you can do in it and everything. But yeah, this shit means something to me, man. All right, next up we have Marvel Superheroes. That's what I said. And this one, essentially a very similar game. It does have its own unique mechanic, but obviously the last 2 previous games did so well for Capcom that they were like, well, let's just get some of the real A-listers in here. Dun, 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 dun. Well, Superheroes. This one I do play quite regularly on the arcade one. We're taking good old Porker Peters. When you fight here, this screen... Super sick. Just Spider-Man is like second for me and like, kind of a bit of nostalgia blast. Playing with Wolverine as well. But just everything Spidey says, like there's a reason why Max takes this shit so seriously with Spider-Man. Like all of his quotes, one for JJ, everything. It's just like this version of Spider-Man, Capcom Spider-Man, is such a vibe compared to many other versions. Like, obviously it's very Mark Bagley coded, because this is what, 95, this game? Something like that. And I think Bagley was still drawing Amazing Spider-Man at the time. Pretty much at that time frame, I was like graduating fully into just reading X-Men, and I'd stopped reading Amazing Spider-Man because I thought it was getting stupid. The storylines. And that's even slightly before the Clone Saga. Maximum Spider. But this is just like straightforward, simple Peter Parker. You know exactly what you're getting into. And this is a Mark Bagley like piece drawing right here. Showtime. The stage is crazy. This is a crazy, crazy stage. What creature is that even supposed to be in the background? I should probably talk about it for those that the few of you that don't know how this game kind of works. Is that you have the Infinity Stones. You collect them kind of like how Power Stones fall out when you beat them out of enemies and stuff, and each one has a different thing. So a Power Stone gives you a damage buff by making a double of you. You can kind of hoard these and bring them over to your next match, I believe. We'll see. So Shuma just picked up Reality. Yeah, don't remember what that does. I want to say the Time Stone adds more time onto the clock, but it doesn't. I think it just speeds you up. Spider Sting. One of my favorite DPs in fighting games. Like, functionally, it's a lot like Sean's Dragon Smash that he used to have in New Generation Second Impact, where you have that hit, that follow-up hit. Infinity! And Maximum Spider being a prototype Killer Bee Assault is also why I love both super moves so much. You can win if you didn't keep hitting my foot with your head. That's a Spider-Man thing to say. So is it a little cheap that they just threw in 2 random X-Men in there? Yeah, a little bit. I'd say you're going to keep one, especially since we're talking about the 90s. Yeah, maybe keep Wolverine. But even then, it is a slight problem with some of the Marvel vs. Capcom games where, depending on the game, you got a lot of recycled sprites. I think there's one game where there's not like a single new sprite. We're going to be playing them all again, obviously, to see if that's true. But I want to say one of them doesn't. Uni! Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't have another super move other than that, because it's still in the early days where all characters had one super by default. I think 1 or 2 had 2 different ones. I think Wall Crawler Assault came a little bit later, but I don't know if we'll be picking Spidey in the later games. It kind of depends. Oh my god, Batsy. Batsy! It's also, looking at this stage, also one of the most incredible train stages in fighting games, just because there's so much going on. Spider. We just got to end this. I have a huge super villain I need to fight. Oh, at the very end, we got to get on that because I'm worried about that. If you had a brain, you might be dangerous. That's a fucked up thing to say to Betsy, considering she's a powerful telepath. But while like really, really classic Cap and like this particular costume is not my favorite, just because I think he's lacking a little juice. Playing as him and his moveset's pretty fun in all the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Just charging Stars and Stripes. Life Recover. Forgot Life Stone can do that. That makes total sense, right? This stage is kind of a mess, though. Some serious shit went down in New York City. Spidey's like, I better fight Captain America, though, instead of helping people that may be caught under all this rubble. And it's cool that you get like a point bonus depending if you've kept certain stones. So you're basically handicapping yourself by, maybe don't. I was going to say, maybe don't let Cap pick up a shield. I totally let him. I'm kind of forgetting how good the music is. Like, I find the music improves as the whole Marvel vs. series continues. And this is definitely a highlight. The music in Children of the Atom is certainly good too, but I think these compositions sound a little bit more robust, dare I say. Cap's just like, we shouldn't be doing this, soldier. And he's like, we're in a fighting tournament. I don't understand why we're doing this. But it has to happen. Like, I might have killed Cap there. Look, he's got his big Rob Liefeld titties out bursting out of his shirt. Damn. Jugs again. I'm a bit worried about this compared to Children of the Atom. Just because Jugs was super armor? Not great. Juggernaut Punch. Just saying like your name and then punch is not amazing. What does Reality Stone even do? I forget. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Oh my god, Juggernaut got the Power Stone. It's not great. Right. This might come in clutch. Nope. No, that's bad. Alright, he doesn't get doubles on a sprite because that would be insane. I don't think they could even do that. Ooh. You might be able to do this. Nope. All right, feeling good about that. We're both negative on stones. Shit, I thought I was walking that. Oh, that's poorly timed if I don't say so myself. Fuck! Sting! No! He's just glowing red. I'm just intimidated. I'm just like locked from doing anything. I'm too scared. Because yeah, we have a few other supervillains we need to fight other than just this guy. Just shoot a web at him. No. You remind me of my brother. Hey, my brother. That's rough. That's rough. We'll get him though. We'll get him. Not again. Not again. Not again. Spider sting. Nope. Yeah, web ball. Web ball defeated Juggernaut, no problem. Oh god, Blackheart. Blackheart sprayed another all-timer here. Remember Blackheart in the fucking Ghost Rider movie? How lame he was? Was he Wes Bentley? And like I think there's like 1 3-second scene where he kind of looks like Blackheart, but like, or not really. What a waste of such an awesome monster design, you know? Like back then, like that era of superhero movies, it was cool monsters or like really fantastical like creatures or designs were always like dude in suit or like mysterious man or whatever. Or in Galactus's case, like an angry cloud. Because they're like, we can't just show what these things look like. It's unrealistic. It needs to be a bit more grounded. It was rough because I love Blackheart. I was like, so cool, Blackheart. It's like, no, you just get this dude with brown hair, and you're like, oh, okay. Like I'm fighting him in hell. I'm lucky I even got that first round off him, in all honesty, because his movements are unsettling me. Oh my god. Sorry, making the noises. I'll always recall that famous story where Capcom were given like these big catalogs of books with images of all Marvel characters, villains, heroes, etc. And they were just, after so many like people in tights or guys in suits or in armor or whatever, they're just like, we need some fucked up things. So when they saw Shumagorath for the first time, they're like, hell yeah! And probably the same for Blackheart. They're like, look at this motherfucker, he looks so cool. So here he is. There's Robert Downey Jr. Now, if this was God Emperor Doom, I talked about it in a video a little earlier, that would be a thing, obviously. Obviously, it can't happen because that was way after this. I'm just saying that's how cool God Emperor Doom is. Just don't foot dive me. I'm not sure if he has foot dive even in this. Dude, this stage, though, I have very little memory of this particular stage. But then again, when I usually play this on the arcade 1-up system, I don't get this far. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Ugh. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna do this. Ooh. Now, you know what I usually say? Like, just give up, kids. You're not gonna win. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can just throw a little webbing Dr. Face's, Dr. Face in Dr. Face in Dr. Doom's face and be like, oh, reality, sure. Reality, I'm looking at my meters. I'm not sure if it's affecting my meters. Even though the video will be over by the time you write a comment, let me know in the comments what Reality Stone even does. Can we do it? Or am I gonna choke? Yeah. Still another boss left. Final boss left. Not bad, but you still look stupid in that outfit. Says Spider-Man. So I'm not that big of a fan of Thanos' sprite in this game. It just kind of looks a little just stumpy, fugly. Doesn't look as cool as Doom's sprite. You are a fool. Did you truly believe it allowed you to defeat me? 1 billion souls have known death at my end. It's time for you. You just wanted to impress like a chick with a skull face. Now, listen, I get that. And the fact that there's so many cameos in the background here, like I believe that's Death. There's Mephisto. That's that weird 90s version of Thor. She-Hulk maybe? And Scarlet Witch. Thanos is doing lame shit like turning, oh my god, lame shit like turning them into stone. Like, just you a Gorgon? Hey, that worked out. I always remember this one comic. I think it's Spider-Man #1, like the one done by Todd McFarlane, where he's talking to Mary Jane, and he's just like, this mugger really thought he was gonna kill me today. He was gonna take out a gun and pop me. And it's like, dude, I'm Spider-Man. Like, I fought Thanos once. Why do you think you're gonna be able to do it? I actually have him on the ropes here. Let's just get it done. Yeah. Drax! Guy! I don't know who that is. Yeah, death is gone. She's like, man, Thanos is so disappointing. I'm just leaving. Well, another day, another universe saved. So how was your day, dear? Anything new going on? She's like, no, I didn't have any calls today. The computer business is very competitive. Funny you should ask, Tiger. Think you can fit our baby into that universe you just saved? Hey, everybody, we're expecting. I'm going to be a father? Well, if I'm going to be a mother, yes, Peter, that the logic flows. So does Spider-Man have room in his universe for a wife and child? MJ, you and the baby are the only universe I need, but I will also spend 90% of my life being Spider-Man. So that is Marvel Superheroes. I think there's something about it that's a little bit more polished than X-Men Children of the Atom. I think the gen system is pretty neat too. I can see kind of why Capcom went back to the board of Marvel Infinite, going back to this one a little bit with the Infinity Stones and going back to two-person tags. But yeah, that was still really fun. That's a boss gauntlet right there. Doom then followed by Thanos. So I guess they kind of did that every so often. We'll be seeing that definitely a bit more because we're not even gotten to the crazy ass bosses. Yeah, there's still lots of villains left to kick in the dick, so let's get to it. Alrighty, we have X-Men vs. Street Fighter next on tap. Excited for this one because when this was first announced, I first caught whiff of it again in gaming magazines. Yeah, it was kind of shocking. And you think it wouldn't be? You're just like, no, wait, if Capcom's making it, why would they not? You know, and Capcom would tell Marvel, we can reuse a bunch of sprites. Wouldn't cost all that much. So what do you do when you're going to do that, right? You have to think of some sort of gimmick. There's the shot.
Versus Street Fighter!
What are you going to do? Well, we can maybe do a tag game. That would be crazy. And they did. And it was crazy. It's also crazy is having Gambit, Rogue, and Sabretooth be all brand new sprites. That's not a ton. I know all the rest are kind of there, but we're going to be doing Remy and Ken, I think. Yesterday.
Come on, mon ami.
Come on, mon ami. Does kind of suck they weren't able to get, I don't think that's Gambit's actual voice actor from the cartoons, so, I mean, it still sounds cool. I mean, I usually say kinetic card like once or twice a day. Yeah, I didn't really play these games that much. Shinduken! That was marvelous. The announcer of this is also... Oh, it feels good to hit this on that guy. It feels real good. This is Capcom's first tag fighter, or team-based fighter, I think, right? There might have been some like additional modes in PlayStation versions of some arcade games. Tournament des Fini. The other impressive thing about this game is just a bunch of whole new crazy stages. The fact we're on like a quiz show, the Moonlight Bomber. What is this? Who thought of this? It's interesting for sure. So this game, just playing it now, God, it moved. This is like the first hyper fighter, and it moves a lot faster than having. When you play these games back to back, it's versus like playing them in a vacuum. Definitely see the difference. And I think Capcom by this time at least learned the lesson, like people want speed. Speed is where things need to go. If you're making these games with a bunch of reused sprites, you have to do some crazy things to the mechanics. There we go.
Come on, mon ami.
Jeez. Alright, that's weird. Let's do it though. Is it hearing the double voices? Kind of strange. Really sucks Gambit never came back in any later Marvel games like 3 or Infinite. I mean, Infinite, okay, fine, makes sense, but and I'm sure Max and many others probably would have really liked it to come back in Marvel 3. You're really shortchanged out of, like, additional stuff happening in Marvel 3. Like, you really wish Ultimate Marvel 3 would have gotten more DLC on top of it, but I guess the licensing didn't work out. I don't know why, or it didn't sell enough, whatever it is. And I really hope this collection, and it seems like, judging by its early sales, pre-orders on Amazon and whatnot, other places, that this will be a success and just get these games out there more so people understand the love that OGs have had for it. I'd like to think, because it's hard just to get people excited based on like, here's this new thing, and they're like, that's kind of cool, sure. But if you didn't grow up playing all these games, or at least be aware of them, occasionally rent them or whatever, then you wouldn't know. We have Blanca just hanging out. One thing is, I do remember that a lot of the endings, maybe starting from this game, are pretty fun. There's fun little cameos here and there. I think it's from this one, but maybe not because it's a tag fighter. I don't know why they went with Killer Bee Cammy. I guess it's the only Cammy sprite that they really had. But they like fucking made Chun-Li have 2 different sprites during the Alpha series, so why not just go back to regular green Cammy? I think it's because at the time Capcom were still making so many fighting games per year. Like, obviously the Alpha... Shit! That was a big biff on my part. Obviously the Alpha series was going on. I think Third Strike had just maybe started. Not Third Strike, sorry. Street Fighter 3 New Generation came out in 97? So I'm not sure of the time period on this. This one might have been 96. But then Darkstalkers is going on. Christ. Probably some 3D games are starting. Development of Star Gladiator is probably going. All the beat 'em ups too. Like, the arcade division was still pumping out games like crazy, because they're just trying to survive, because as the 90s were going on, these games were just losing out to people staying at home and wanting to play, like, you know, RPGs and crazy action games and stuff. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's fighting games or not, just the entire arcade scene. Gamut says, you're not good enough. This stage, this is the one I was talking about, I think. Either this one or the big tree stage. On an episode of TKO, and I think I was confusing because I believe this is supposed to be the Savage Land. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I could use Kazar in the background somewhere, or a dinosaur would be nice. Yeah! Alright, that did a lot of damage. Happy enough with that. That would have been sweet. That would have been really sweet. Fuck! Ooh. That was snazzy looking. Gene Splice is a cool move, though. I have to give it up to him. Yeah! I'm not happy enough with that, though. Alright, who do we have next? Jeez, that's a team. I just always have this fear that Akuma is always super busted. Flashbacks of Cyber Akuma, I guess. The other thing about these games, just going back through them, now we're on, what, the 4th one? Is just how 90s they are. How, like, mid-90s that they are. Because the fighting game genre really had to start adapting, doing different things, especially 2D games. So while 3D games are mostly all slow and a bit more methodical, it's like, well, what can 2D games do to combat that or still be viable? And it's do super crazy shit like that. And it creates like a branch of different Capcom fighting games. You can go for, like, you know, the more simple, straightforward 1v1s, and then it branch out into, like, well, if you're really crazy combos and team up attacks and, you know, insane premises, just go for tag fighters, hyper fighters. And, like, I really did think it created, like, you know, people that that either preferred that branch over the other. And I was more good. I thought it was the end of the match. I was kind of like in the middle. I wanted to kind of like both, but yeah. Of course, you need to focus on a lane, and I didn't. So I didn't. I mean, I still preferred 1v1s and not having a 32-bit system and opting for the
Nintendo Ultra 64,
which is still the right choice. It wasn't for fighting games. So I'd only play these in any sort of big capacity. Here he is. That's one big bitch, baby. He is as far beyond mutant as they are from you. Ken is probably a pretty decent pick for getting rid of this. Oh my god, you can see other X-Men and characters in the tubes. There's Dan, I never noticed that. Psylocke, holy shit. Ah! Oh, I'm so lucky to have blocked that. It does so much shit though. Dude, Ken. Who is up there? Forge? Morph? Oh! That was crazy slowdown. I don't know what the deal with that is. Flash! Yeah. It's all melty and gooey, like an apocalypse sometimes be. So that was... Whoa! I forgot you fight your own tag partner. I don't know what the deal is with this, where it's like, oh, let's actually throw down. Yeah. Why? So I can get the ending? So you can't let Ken win, I'd imagine, then he get an ending. He's controlled by the goddamn CPU. Flash! Alright, that wasn't too bad. Alright, so I'm assuming Rogue is going to appear in my ending, because why wouldn't she? Hey, as Rogue thinks about her not being human... I wish I was human, sugar. Gambit appears to comfort her. Don't worry, Cher. You're perfect just the way you are. The moonlight shines bright upon two X-Men. Really, the moonlight? Where do you see the moon in this scenario? The sun's just starting to set. That's super inaccurate weather reporting, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Damn. But you clearly see it's not... Anyway. So that was pretty fun. Moves very, very fast, as you can see. Even the arcade ladder moves quite fast through it. But that's the nature of tag games. Especially, that's why they kind of needed to up the rosters as we went into the series from here. My memory of this and the next game, which is Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, is that I much preferred this. I don't know exactly why that is, but I remember thinking that at some point. Because it has been a while since usually when we talk about these games on TKO, if Justin and Max are talking about Marvel Super specifically, I think they're like, yeah, no, it's a fine game, but there is something off about it. It's this or it's that. And I always remember thinking that the same when I would go back and play these games every so often. So we'll see if that remains to be true. I probably played this one the least out of all of them.
Are you ready, true believers? Capcom and Marvel have joined forces once again to
Very bombastic intro, I have to say.
Superheroes versus
Street Fighter! So this might be the game I'm thinking of that doesn't have any new sprites. Oh wait, there's one. There's not. There's one that appears towards the end, and whatever, it's Cyber Akuma. You should all know that now. I think we'll go Cap Chun? Is that a weird team? There is one important thing that this game did that I really did like though, which has to do with doing tag supers. And now Gambit and Rogue are in the back, and Rose. Charlie too. I'm not sure why they just couldn't do like a bunch more characters in addition to the ones from last time. Maybe it's because they just simply didn't have they simply have the memory for that many? I'm not sure. I preferred Chun-Li in her alpha outfit with this sprite style. I mean, it's fine. It's cool that she has this, buried in the alpha games. Alpha 2 Gold, whatever. And this. But I just love the way she looks in her actual default alpha. There we go. Kiko Star! That's what I'm talking about, that this game did super cool. Is that they have the super names, and there are different combinations depending on who you pick. They have some pretty sick names. I'm not just cute, I'm a serious fighter. That's a very cute picture of Chun-Li though. So yeah, you can see they reuse stages in this one too. So I think because of these reasons why this game doesn't stick out super well for me. Reuse stages, no new sprites. Because X-Men vs. Street Fighter, at least 3 new sprites, and they're good ones too. I don't expect them to make new Street Fighter characters. That would be weird. But always new characters on the Marvel side would be sick. Even this one, like, there is technically, I guess Cyber Akuma is a new sprite, but like, are we really doing that? Yeah, just hitting Dalsim with, yeah. Final fucking Justice. The announcer calling out the names of them too for the standard ones. I don't think the announcer says one for every combination. MODOK is next on my list, yo. And I think this is another reused stage from the last game too. Just, yeah, different color tones. But I think this one was like really, not hastily put together, but, you know, hastily put together. If there's one game that I don't think necessarily super needed to exist, it's this one. Because, like, the game before obviously makes sense. Nice. To kick things off. But then Marvel vs. Capcom series kind of made this sort of redundant, I'd say. Like, I'm sure it has its fans, right? I'm sure there's people like, oh no, I played, growing up, I played this version specifically. I miss X1 versus Street Fighter, and I totally get that. But like looking back on it now, it's like, yeah, which one would you eliminate if you could? I'd say me personally, it would be this one. Again, not saying it's bad or anything, just saying it has shit. It doesn't have shit. No, I just because teleporter right through it. Also, Cap's theme, mwah. Great theme. I think I've used it in several videos over the years. At least we got that. I am like a hero reborn. My victory is inevitable. I wonder if that was a reference to Heroes Reborn being a thing at that time. Yeah, Sakura and Hulk. That makes sense. God, and I think this is a stage from COTA. Is it? Isn't it on the back of the Blackbird? It's getting a little sweaty, a little sweatier than before. Danger! Get the tag out, you idiot! Cool. Yeah, I definitely will try to, especially in Marvel vs. Capcom. Die, little girl! Especially in Marvel vs. Capcom, air combos. Pretty important. I keep sluffing it on that. Just doing Final Justice to Sakura is amazing. Never stop improving yourself. He says over Sakura's broken corpse. And I think this is even the quiz show stage again. And there's Peter in the background right behind me. It's definitely a TV station instead of the quiz show. They have a cooking show. I'm not sure if that's Mary Jane in the background who's fretting over the recipes. Yeah, now it's night cooking. That's pretty funny, actually. There's definitely some major rework in the stage, so I'll give it that. No! That was pretty cool. Whoa! This is even cooler. Oh, Final Justice is sick. Oh god, this is gonna be a lame match. Oh, yeah, amazing. Only the best whiffs. That was so bad. It's like when there's a super that has a lot of horizontal range and you just completely miss it. You just embarrass. It's just the walk of shame when you come back to the center of the screen. It's super bad. I think I can do this. We have about the same amount of as Cap's health across both of us. Not so much now. Doing the noises again. Yo, my god! I'm dead. No, wait, no, it's me! Holy shit! I thought it was the weird green Hydra version of Cap there for a second. So yeah, just reuse Apocalypse. Which is also kind of, you know, Where justice and freedom, Apocalypse will fall. Patriotic banter to the end, Cap. Well, that was too fast. So yeah, I think you can see, for those who are not super duper familiar with these games, why this one might be... Oh, Electra? Balrog? That's I like that they at least changed that. Those are two choices. Apocalypse is like, yeah, Balrog, I need his genetic material or whatever. Electra too, I guess. Oh wait, I forgot Chunders can do this. That was like almost all of his health bar. It's not over yet. Alright, problem is the next character. Might be a little rough. I'm just saying. This is so stupid. Of course, Akuma showed up in his own mecha-like version of himself in what? Cyberbots? Holy shit. Okay. So yeah, I gotta get Cap out of there. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, that was an error. Oh, Cyber-kun doesn't even have a portrait. It's probably a very last-minute addition. All right, so that's not ideal. We're a few attempts in now. So I was talking about sweaty play before. This is, my controller's slick with bodily fluids here. What? How? My super, like, he was being hit. Did he red parry out of it? Oh my god. No. Please, no. No. Oh. Star. Fuck. Alright, Chun. You oh. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh. Alright, so it's about 1:45 a.m. Just cut to the last 10 seconds of Max beating this guy, I guess, and we'll move on.
Come on.
Let's go! What are we
All right, here we go for the clash of superheroes. This will be Marvel vs. Capcom 1. That's what I said. I'm excited for this one because it's been a little while, and I think it might be actually my favorite. We'll see. This announcer specifically. There's something about this announcer. We got some deep cuts in this roster, probably the deepest up until this point. There she is. We got Mega Man, we got Captain Commando, Jin, Strider, Venom. The way she said that, it's super cool. Nice seeing older Ryu. You don't see that very often. Or it's still Alpha's sprite, just like older Ryu's color design. When I first saw that Venom was actually in a Marvel fighting game by Capcom, kind of freaked out. And Venom, a fucking goated sprite. Jubes! Jube, you got 7 Jubes on your team! I think these are all new backgrounds. This is the Strider background, I think. And a lot of them are super sick. I think I remember in some sort of Capcom art book or an interview, one of the designers, sprite designers, were talking about how much work they put into Venom. We can bring out all the boys. All of them. Oh, Captain Sword! When I first saw this guy also in the roster, I couldn't believe it because I vaguely remember Captain Commando from the SNES version. Oh, Forgotten Hero from Forgotten Worlds. This stage, this is definitely a Marvel stage. Are these the Eternals in the background? I kind of forget who these characters are. It's cool. I think this is a Marvel background. It actually might be some obscure Capcom shit, for all I know. Oh, this is the move. That one's sick. And Jin, I had no idea what Jin was from. I didn't even know the Armored Warriors franchise or Cyberbots, whatever. I don't think I had played any of them up until this point. Oh shit! I forgot. But yeah, I think it was this game specifically where I played this more than Marvel 2, because Marvel 2 is always had a lineup. It was always busy. This background too, Lord Raptor in the background, shredding, playing Trouble Man. We'll talk about it a bit more when I actually play it. But the thing is that Marvel 2 and Marvel 3, Marvel 3 I was kind of able to hang with it a little bit more, but Marvel 2, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, it's hard for me to keep track of everything happening on the screen. Maybe it's because of the very, very distinct art style in Marvel 3 that was able to keep track of all the action. But Marvel 2, there's just something, maybe it's a little bit too fast. I don't know, because hard for me to manage 3 team members. Two totally fine, obviously, but yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. That devil Spider-Man will pay for his sins. This is like much later in Marvel history. This is what, like 98, 99 almost? I'm pretty sure Eddie forgave Peter at this point. I'm pretty sure it was like the end of the Lethal Protector separation anxiety storylines or whatever, where Spider-Man goes to San Francisco and they beat the Life Foundation and the other symbiotes. I think that's where they had their first actual alliance. You don't come after me and I won't come after you. Deal? That was the deal. Did Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter have the themes that constantly changed depending on who tagged in? Now I can't remember. Oh! Oh. That's fine. Yeah! That's such a cute portrait picture of Morgan, but her actual sprite, even back here, it looks crusty. It's weird because it's like, it's just as old as X-Men COTA sprites. But yeah, it still looks a little crusty compared to Venom's. Not too bad, obviously. I think it's really in Marvel 2 where the new sprites like Marrow, Ruby Heart, and whatever others, they look a little, they definitely lost some pixel artists or whatever. Things is looking different. I wouldn't say worse, but different, you know? And God, I worked my ass off to get this fucking Venom skin in Marvel Rivals. Up until the last few seconds the beta was open, I was trying to get it. Because it's a beta exclusive. And it's just a color, but I'm like, but it's an important color, though. It's important to me, damn it. Web throw. I much prefer Venom's web throw to Spider-Man's. And now that I'm looking at the backgrounds, oh, here we go. Nice. The backgrounds have a much more comic booky look with the dark shading, which is nice because the sprites don't really quite have that, so things stand out a little bit more. I've kind of noticed that over playing the course of the couple games. It wasn't really a thing in COTA or in Marvel Superheroes. Captain Storm. It really sucks he wasn't included in Marvel 3 or Infinite. This guy specifically. I just think he's such a not icon, but he's definitely a relic of Capcom's 90s past, where they wanted him to be like the Capcom mascot. Didn't quite work out that way. I don't even know who the Capcom mascot really is. It's not Mega Man. I'd like it to be, but it's not Mega Man. Mega Man! Ugh, a little bit worried about him. He's a tough little customer. Not that tough, though. Gotcha. Venom Web. I love how they did decide to change announcers. Like, it's maybe not as bombastic as the last one, where it was like, Hyper Combo Finish! There he is! Sexiest sprite in the business. You corrupt the innocent. For that you must die. It is you who shall suffer venom. Look at this fucking dude. I think this is the most incredible boss in all of the Versus games. Just because you get two different forms of him, unlike Apocalypse, Jesus. And just because he's such a 90s thing. But Onslaught was in like 96, so he's kind of over by this time. So yeah, we got Sentinel too, just in case. Oh! Oh my god. And we get another form with him, which you don't get out of Apocalypse. Now behold, my mighty hand. I will force this entire world to reboot into a Rob Liefeld created horror show. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do here. It's been quite a while since I fought Onslaught. Is that doing anything? That's doing something. It's doing something. I don't know. We might not get past this, depending. All right, there we go. There's some decent damage. Shit. Kick. There, off screen. I'm fine with that. It turns into little Mega Man orbs. That's cute. HQ to each member of the Avengers. This is S.H.I.E.L.D. members. The dreadful Onslaught has disappeared. Repeat. Thankfully, this chapter of the Marvel Universe is over. We've defeated Onslaught. Now the Earth will be at peace. What is the story of this game, if there's any at all? There's a bit of a story in Marvel too, but who are you? I am Captain Commando. And this S.H.I.E.L.D. guy's like, K? Who? Yeah, I don't think there's much endings in this game. Not that much, at least. Oh, we got all the helpers helping. But yeah, short and sweet, but there's just something about this one. I think this is the culmination up to this point. Like, I think it's the best one. Just me on a personal level. Obviously, Marvel 2's got way more shit going on it, way more characters, way more mechanics and such. But like, as my own personal choice, I like Marvel vs. Capcom 1. There's just something about it. It's because like things still kind of felt fresh and new on this one. Whereas by the time Marvel 2 came around, I was like, wow, this is a lot of versus games. But they made up with it with the incredible roster and the couple new sprites that are in there as well. And you, thank you! Games need to thank me a bit more often, I find. Alright. We're entering a new age of heroes. There was a brief period of time where I was trying to learn this in the arcades, but like again, I even have a console that had a port for this. The crazy jump in presentation, music, just the UI, and being on different hardware, Naomi, it was just a big jump, bold for them to do. Very bold. It's a bold move for Capcom. Let's see if it pays off for them. I remember being impressed by this intro, though. Seeing this logo, I was like, holy shit. This is a new age of heroes. We got Servbot, Hayato, Ruby Heart, Sansan, of course, Amingo. I still don't know where he's from, even to this day. Forgot Trombone is in this. There's Marrow, Cable. Not that much new on the Marvel side, in all honesty. I mean, War Machine, I guess, but he was in the last game. It's weird. Has Marrow appeared in anything Marvel comic-wise that wasn't this? Yeah, and Strider. We didn't take Strider last time, so get ready for some casual-ass Marvel 2 play. And when I saw the backgrounds, the 3D backgrounds for the first time, I can't remember now if this came out before or after. I think it came out before Capcom vs. SNK 2. I kind of prefer some of those backgrounds to these. These are just... A lot of the backgrounds are odd. We talked about this on Triple KO. With the Amazing Babe Ruthless. Yeah, some of them I grew up to like. I like the pirate ship quite a bit. There's Marrow doing her thing. She's just creepy bones. She's like that one Naruto character from like decades ago. Oh. That's pretty good. I forgot Charlie's in this. Well, everyone's in this, essentially. Are there characters missing from this? And they could have fit even more sprites, I guess, if they tried. But I think it's because of the Naomi hardware, they're able to put in way more. I'm assuming that's why. The thing you'll obviously see is when your 3v3 matches go on a lot longer. Especially if any of the AI is squirrely and runs away a lot, which they do. And I do too, to be quite frank. Let me know if... Ooh, that was sick though. Silver Samurai, Sansan, and fucking Sakura. What a team. Everyone has so much nostalgia for this particular versus screen though. Clock Tower is cool. It has a very pleasing color palette or something. Forgot you have to be much closer for that to trigger. And thanks to Guile Windquote, I now understand that's the powers mechanic from Power Instinct. Oh my god. Plasma Sword. Oh shit. Oh! Well, at least the Sakura bit kind of went nowhere. I can do that too. I'm not sure if Marrow has any significance in the storyline. Ruby Heart does. I think the ending sequence, Ruby Heart features it, because no one... Once you get to so many characters, they couldn't logistically do endings for everybody. So there really isn't any, which kind of sucks, obviously, but I don't think they could have logistically done it. It's like how when you have a roster that's getting up to like 50 or more, it's like Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Oh, we can't draw pictures for all this shit. So just have everyone do a training kata and then just have text, which is fair enough. At least they gave you something. But when you had that many, ooh. Nice. Yeah, it has been a while. And talking while playing this is not the easiest. Not too bad in the 2v2, but oh, I don't need to do a snapback. I'm just doing some button mashing here. At least that was sick. Wow. Never even seen Silver Samurai have a fire on his sword. That's crazy. God, Strider's metal options, metal animal friends are so fucking cool. When I first saw that shit in the previous game, that Strider can do that, because I don't remember it that much when I played 16-bit Strider and such. All right, Mega Man, a screaming surf bot, and Wolverine. Again, what a team. This game is just the soundtrack of Max's channel. When I think about the majority of the times I've heard this music, it's not from playing the game. It's just being on Max's channel and watching random videos. Surfbot's like, nah, I ain't having none of it. Fair enough. God, I think after this I'm gonna have to like sign up for Justin's training courses so he can give me some decent tips, because holy shit, I feel like I'm out of my depth here. The thing with it is that when you're playing Hyper Fighters back in the day, you knew that there's tons of crazy shit you can do. You knew you could do insane combos much more easily than most games. So if you're just playing it very surface level like I am right now, you would just be like, I know I'm not playing this right. I know I'm not playing optimally, to start having fun with it and start, making sense of managing my team and such. It also always helps that, you have some heavy hitters in there. Obviously Hagar for me, and a couple of others for sure. That made me want to Ghost Rider was a big one too. And I think hopefully that's where we're going eventually. Hopefully we can do a full remaster of Marvel 3 specifically. We don't need one for Infinite because fucking Max is just doing it. Oh my god, 9 seconds. Yeah. This is Marvel 2, baby. Oh wait. I don't have enough health. Fucking Wolverine. No. Yeah. Oh my god. You lose. Oh, here's a funny thing. The announcer goes, "You've got that killer instinct. You lose." All right, so let's switch it up with Jill, maybe. Forgot there's quite a few new Capcom sprites. Really not that much on Marvel's side. Marrow and Cable, right? Here we go. Any second now. Hey! Oh shit. It was just such a weird thing that for this and Capcom vs. SNK 2 specifically, where soundtracks vastly changed. They're doing some very different things. Or it's most of the games that we played before, they didn't have lyrics, and they had a similar sound, because I'm assuming Capcom composers did a lot of projects, struggled a lot of them. Darkstalker's music sounds a lot like COTA music, etc., etc. A little bit of Alpha in there, but come the very end of the 90s, things definitely changed. Oh god, what is Jill's moves? I forget. I know I can bring out zombies and dogs and shit, and I think that's the Tyrant Super, but Sabretooth is like, no, I ain't going down there. I can't close it out against Sabretooth. Oh no, not Birdie, and not the Street Fighter Birdie. Alright, we still have some work to do on their Captain Commando. 20 seconds. Sorry, just after many of the games being recorded today, fingers are a little worn. So I did a big screw up there. I biffed it. Alright, I should be good. Yep. That's how you win like a hero, folks. Alright, we're getting there. One more stage or two. When you look at these backgrounds, you just really wish that Capcom had started making 2.5D fighting games a lot earlier. And that's also what strikes me as how what do I want to say? Unforgivably lazy Capcom Fighting Jam / Evolution was, when it's got some of the worst backgrounds in Capcom history. But just seeing this background and the other ones, and these sprites obviously have their charms, but they could have kept doing this with 3D models and such afterwards. But by then, Capcom was starting to pull out of the arcade business altogether, right? Yeah! Nice, finally got it. Fighting All-Stars, after that kind of got canceled, that was kind of it for arcades. Like, it's just crazy to me that just that one game that you can't convince me was so bad that they're like, oh, let's just cancel it. I think that's just an excuse or rumor that was floating around. Because when I did What Happened video on Street Fighter 3, and from the great article on Polygon, An Oral History of Street Fighter, they basically, they talked to old Capcom people, and they're just like, it was really hard to justify the arcade businesses, the arcade sectors, how they were doing business-wise. That, like, yeah, we sold, like, I don't know, 4,000 cabinets or whatever, compared to the glory days when they were selling like 75,000, 100,000 Street Fighter 2 Turbo cabinets. And then the console business was like, oh, well, we sold like 2.5 million Resident Evil 3s like in a month. And eventually any business will go, well, let's stop doing that. Let's stop with the arcade cabinets. They're expensive to make, etc., etc. And that was the end of fighting games with Capcom for a while, and another exciting time over victory. And the only other thing is, while the stages certainly are memorable, there's not a whole lot of them. I feel like we've seen a couple. And that's the other thing, when you get so many characters, you can never have enough stages to support it. Oh, Jesus. Alright, did have to switch over to Ryu because Jill was just not working out. She is not... I failed Jill, to be fair. It's weird that Ryu now is back to, like... is back to Alpha Ryu. At least close to it. What happened with the red headband? It's always funny to me that in Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2, they were like, we can't have our dorkier, younger Ryu fight against these SNK jerks. We gotta age him up again and get a better sprite. Oh, Ken too. Fuck. Oh shit, Bison as well. They just looked at the characters that looked way too anime and cartoony, and their proportions are kind of like funny. Like, it worked fine for the Alpha series, but against SNK characters, some would stand out, and they certainly did. Jesus Christ. And that's why even they did stuff like took Chun-Li's Third Strike sprite and edited a bunch too. Yeah, it's been a while since COTA, since I've seen you, Colossus. No! What is this? He got super armor? I forget what he got. Oh, no. No. Oh! I don't want to do that either. Oh, my God. It's getting real sweats in this room, folks. No! Whew. Yeah, I'm just pressing the assist button when I don't know the situation. It's all very specific when you should be pressing doing assists. And my mind space is not quite there, right? Yeah! I mean, yeah! We should have that. Probably my least favorite boss. I don't really care for Abyss. I like the concept of a boss having 3 different forms. That makes sense to one-up. That makes sense to one-up the other bosses, but it's just not a very interesting boss. And when his 3 forms are so distinct, like he doesn't have any, like, visual cohesion, I guess? And, like, why not Galactus? Why could we not have Galactus or done a crazy Capcom boss? It's just this weird, melty goo man in an armor. Alright. It's the last form that's a problem that I recall. Oh. This fucking guy, I just remember him just laughing a lot and just shooting shit at you. My God. Like, is this cooler than Onslaught? Let me answer my own question by saying no. If you're like, yeah, no, I love Abyss, you know, I'm super, super happy for you. Glad you like that. It's like getting Soul Calibur 2 and the final boss is Necrid. Like, kind of disappointing. And this... It's so pixelated. I think they would have been better off making him 3D. I don't know if you're going to do this size with him. Oh my God, here it starts. I'm sure there's totally this like surefire way that people used to beat him, but I just remember getting this form. as a child baby man and not having any clue how to really just have to be lucky for me. Oh my god. Even Cyber Akuma. I hope I can beat this guy. I wasn't able to beat Cyber Akuma. Maybe I can win by timeout. I don't know if this monster would accept a win by timeout though. Okay, maybe just Shinku Hadokens when I get a second. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, I have to build up some meter, but alright, I got one. Okay. Alright. I had no idea Shinku Hadoken did that much fucking damage. That was I came in kind of clutch. And yeah, that's kind of it. These ending things really remind me, I guess because of the pirate ship, remind me of like Power Stone, which is always a good thing. Will Capcom ever bring Ruby Heart back in any sort of meaningful way? I don't know. I'm sure she had a costume in like fucking Street Fighter V or whatever. That Ryu is so adorbs. Some of these are really good. I'm not sure about that pairing of Jin and Jugs, but... And there we are! Don't tell MJ! Oh, they didn't give Wolverine the big cake that he usually has in that pose. That sucks. Makes sense, makes total sense. And yeah, the two like main new characters of both sides. Very classy. Yeah, you don't get, at least that's worth, I mean, obviously every time you beat the game you just get that, but that's still worth it. And you know what else I think is totally worth it? This fucking collection. Thanks again to Capcom for sending this code my way. I honestly think this is the best collection they put out so far, just because we never thought we'd exist in this timeline where all of these games would be available again, especially my precious Punisher and my precious Marvel vs. Capcom 1. But all of them still great fun to play. And thanks for Capcom and Microsoft somehow making it work, and that Xbox players will get this collection in 2025 at some point. I don't imagine we have to wait too long. But we shall see. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you'd like me to play any other Capcom and or Marvel related fighting games, maybe Next Dimension, or maybe not. Until then, I'll see you next time, true believers.